How you doing, guys? This is Boxing Knowledge coming at you. I'm just doing a little video on who I believe Manny Pacquiao is as a fighter and as a person, just like I did in my previous video on Floyd Mayweather Jr. I want to start off with something negative to say about Manny Pacquiao. Okay, I always give it to you guys straight, so I'm just gonna outright say it. I've been disappointed once with Manny, and that was recently. Manny Pacquiao blatantly outright ducked Sugar Shane Mosley, guys. Sugar Shane Mosley was willing to, at the end, even come down to his weight division and fight him. Sugar Shane Mosley, Manny Pacquiao fight could have been just as lucrative, or was going to be just as lucrative as the Miguel Cotto Manny Pacquiao fight. The only one that would truly benefit more from a in-house production would be Bob Arum. Manny Pacquiao was going to get paid the same amount of money to fight Sugar Shane. It would have been just as big, just as lucrative. If Manny really wanted to test himself, he would have fought Mosley. And by the way, I believe that if he would have fought Sugar Shane Mosley, he would have beaten him, and not only beaten him, but beaten him in convincing fashion. But he chose to fight Cotto. What are the evidences that support this claim that I'm making? It's very obvious. I mean, number one, Manny Pacquiao was at ringside when Cotto fought Joshua Clottey. He saw Cotto's ghastly performance. He saw the flaws in his style. He said, "I want to fight him." That's number one. And more importantly, number two, Freddie Roach was going to make Sugar Shane Mosley come down to 142 to fight Manny Pacquiao, maybe even lower. Yet he only made Miguel Cotto come down to 145. That goes to show you that even Freddie knows that Sugar Shane makes a more of a poses more of a risk to Manny than Cotto does. All these are facts, guys, and all those from the Filipino community watching this video, please do not get upset. I always give it to you straight. All right, I praise Manny when he does well, which is all the time. But I gotta give my boy Manny some criticism here. Okay, he outright ducked Mosley. Everybody knows it. Okay, it was a business decision because you figure you have two opponents. You're gonna get $12 million to fight both. Which one are you gonna fight? We're gonna fight the one with the least risk. I get it. Oscar De La Hoya, did it for many years, and so does Floyd Mayweather Jr. It's a business decision, and I don't knock Manny for it. A fighter like Sugar Shane Mosley, on the other hand, always fights the best. The risk is not a factor with this guy. Okay, he fights people that he knows he can lose against, but he wants to test himself. Okay, Sugar Shane understands that to be the best, you have to beat the best. So in conclusion to my constructive critical remarks of Manny Pacquiao, I don't knock Manny. He's fought very hard and very long to be where he is today, to have the luxury of choosing his opponent. So, from a business aspect, kudos to Manny. But from a fighter's aspect, I wanted to see Mosley Pacquiao. I mean, Mosley came off a wonderful performance. Manny Pacquiao came off an even more wonderful performance against Ricky Hatton. Those two should have fought at a reasonable catch weight. Mosley was even willing to fight at junior welterweight, a division he's never fought at. I believe he might have had one fight, but he always campaigned straight from lightweight to welterweight. So, guys, please don't leave comments if you're going to say that that Pacquiao didn't duck Mosley, because that would be an outright lie. Okay, I always give Manny praise. Show me that much respect, and don't even mention that Manny did not duck Mosley, because that would be just a really, really stupid comment to put down. Having said all that, I want to break down Manny's style and how he is as a person, just like I did on my previous video about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Manny Pacquiao is the most electrifying boxer that I've ever seen. He's probably one of the most, if not the most exciting boxer of all time. Manny Pacquiao does not run. Manny Pacquiao fights. Manny Pacquiao has a very, very good, strong chin. How do we know this? Juan Manuel Marquez did a number on him. We all saw Manny, with his face swollen up, especially after the second fight. Manny can take a punch, okay? Um, you know, his foot speed is phenomenal, to say the least. He's got devastating power in his left and right hands. Um, he's just a guy you love to watch box. Whether you're a boxing fan or not, you love Manny Pacquiao. Why? Because he always gives you your money's worth. I have nothing negative to say about his boxing style or him as a person. Okay. I remember the first time I heard of Manny Pacquiao. I was just a teenager. My father had come in late at night, well past 12 o'clock, midnight. He was hanging out with his friends, playing dominoes, just hanging out, watching the fight, and socializing with his friends. And I remember him coming home late at night, and I was staying up watching a movie. And I remember asking him, I'm like, Dad, just nonchalantly, who won the fight, by the way? I'm like, he said, the other guy. I said, the other guy? He says, yeah. I'm like, Marco Antonio Barrera lost? I said. He's like, he lost. I said, who beat him? Some guy named Pacquiao. I said, where's he from? He's from the Philippines. And I remember saying to myself in my mind, Philippines? I mean, when I was a teenager, I knew that the Filipinos had a strong boxing tradition, especially, with, Pancho Villa and Jerry Peñalosa and all these other, boxers that have come out to the Philippines, world champions. And I remember saying to myself, I remember asking my father, all these questions, bombarding him, and he just shut my mouth with one comment. I asked him what kind of style he had, boxing style. My dad said, I'll never forget. El Pacquiao ese es una máquina de tirar puños. No para de tirar puños. Translated, that means, that Pacquiao guy, he's a punching machine. He doesn't stop throwing punches. So from that moment on, the rest was history. I researched Manny Pacquiao. I've been following him ever since. He had one of the most ambitious fighting schedules of all time. Okay, he fought world champions after world champions. They threw him into the deep water right away, guys. Okay, he fought Eric Morales 3 times. He fought Juan Manuel Marquez twice. Okay, guys. I mean, he's got the only record that matters. Okay, he's got 4 lineal championships. He beat the man who beat the man 4 times, guys. Manny Pacquiao, look at his resume compared to Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s resume. There's no comparison. He's got more, Hall of Famers and world champions on there than Floyd Mayweather Jr. has. Okay, he never ducked anyone in the beginning of his career or at all. I mean, recently, of course, like I stated earlier, he outright ducked Mosley, but that's the only time that I've seen that he's chosen his mind in regards to business over his warrior instinct, which is to test himself. A lot of people criticize him. Oh, he fought David Diaz, at lightweight instead of fighting Joel Casamayor, who was the lineal champion. But you know what, guys? he actually has a win over the current lineal champion right now, which is Juan Manuel Marquez, of the 135-pound division. So forget what you heard. He has a win over him too. I don't want to get into the, it's a disputed win. Guys, I saw the fight. The knockdown made the difference. He beat Juan Manuel Marquez the second time around. First time around, according to the judges, he should have won that fight because it was a point error. It should have been a 10-6 round versus a 10-7 round. But I scored the fight a draw regardless of that point error or not. I believe that the judges got around the money the first 2 times. As a person, Manny Pacquiao is a very shy, humble, unassuming guy. You gotta love him. He's a devout Catholic. He does so much charity work back home in his country. He's running for Congress. You gotta love him as a person, okay? Manny Pacquiao has no weaknesses in his boxing style. Devastating power in both of his hands. Phenomenal jab. Great head movement. Above average defense. He's a volume puncher, boxer puncher. He's everything, guys. It's been truly a pleasure to watch him, and I'm so happy that I got to see him in my time. So leave your comments, guys, and don't forget to subscribe. Later.